Welcome back to another self-help video. This one's on a 1994 Polaris Sportsman 4x4. I'm going to show you the electrical breakdown of the components and the fuse locations. Let's begin. So underneath, this is what the vehicle looks like, quad looks like from the front. I've taken a lot of plastics off already and other components because I'm trying to fix it. I'm getting there. But underneath the seat here, you would back seat, you would find the battery, and then right to the left of the battery is the starting solenoid. Right next to that is a 20 amp fuse. They're in these little like shark egg pouches, and there's the battery. So behind that is another 20 amp fuse. We have the tail light, and this is just a terminator on the end here, which comes off of the fuse. Follow the wires back. Down below there is a starter that comes off this starting solenoid. If you follow the wire down, the only way to get to it, you have to go from underneath and remove the skid plate and get to it. I had to replace that already, so let me move my meter out of the way. This is a thermal sensor that into the head, which senses when the engine gets too hot. Over here we have our dash, missing the faceplate. I had to replace all those lights already. And here, let me give you a quick breakdown of these lights. This first one here on the left is for temperature if it gets too hot. This next one is for neutral light, high beam light, reverse light, and oil light. All right, so going around, this right here is your terminal board where all these wires are. I didn't do this. This is exactly how it looks when I took the cover off. So all these connectors are plugged into your terminal board, and you can see some terminals in the back there. This right here, this component here is your RPM limiter. Limits your, I guess, your RPMs on the quad here. The box below it, try to get these, I don't want to disconnect anything, but this is your CDI box right underneath it. Next to that is your coil. This is your coil. Your headlight, the top headlight, your low beam light would get plugged into your headlight would get plugged into there. Over here we have, I took the grill off, as you can see, the whole front end, because I had to replace the fan. These two wires here plug into a 12 volt charging system. You can use, it's just 12 volt. You can plug in your iPad, your iPhone or whatever you want. It's a 12 volt converter that plugs in over on the right side of your quad. These two wires, I put these connectors on. I had to cut them. This is for another thermal sensor that plugs into the fan. Into the radiator. This is your voltage regulator or voltage rectifier that is bolted to the frame, and I had the frame off the front end grill to replace the fan. So this is all part of it. These wires here that you see, these are just for the lights. There's two lights on the left and right side. I had to cut the wires because they don't have these terminals on them. But I did put these terminal connectors. If you want me to show you how to do that, leave some notes below and I'll be more than happy to show you. There's one on the right side and there's one on the left side. So that's pretty much it for the wires on this front side. Let me go around and show you your stator is actually, and I had to replace this. So your stator, there's actually the starter, but your stator is in the back here. It's hard to see. There's wires that come down into this right here is where your pull start would go on. I had to replace the pull start because the rope broke. So it would go onto here as a cover with, once you pop that cover off, if you need to get to the stator, you would have to remove this nut here, get some kind of pulley and remove this flywheel. And then behind it would be your charging system, your stator. And that's really pretty much it, folks. Actually, I want to show you how these fuses real quick and how to test them. It's very, very simple. So what I had to do was I opened up this. You don't have to open up the other one, but this one I did make it easier for me to test it. I took my utility knife and I made an incision and went down the side over here just very gingerly so I don't cut through anything. This is what the actual fuse looks like. It's a 20 amp 12 volt fuse. And simple to test, I'm just going to use my ohm meter. Set it. Mine beeps, so it lets me know when it's there's contact is made. Very simply, I touch the two leads together, and we have contact. So if you touch together, mine beeps, means we have contact. The fuse is good. If there's no beeping noise, or your meter reads this open, basically means it's open, then that means the fuse is no good. But if you have this connected and your meter goes down to, it'll probably go down to almost zero, that means your fuse is good. The other way to test, that's the way to test that one. I'm going to show you this other fuse in the back here. You don't have to open this one up. This one here, it's the same exact thing. It's a 20 amp fuse. You don't have to open it. If you follow the wire, it goes back into this terminator right here. Pop this off, and you would stick a probe in there on the red side. If you follow the other wire back here, goes under here to your battery. I would disconnect it from here and put the other probe on there, and that's the easiest way without cutting that one open to test it. And yes, it should read either way. If it's bad, replace it. You could go down to your auto parts store and get a replacement inline fuse as such. Make sure it's 20 amp and the wire gauge is as thick as what is here. Tell them what you're using it for, and they can help you. When you're done with this, I would put this back together, and once it's back together, tape this so that it's sealed again. Pretty good, especially if you're going to go through mud and water. You don't want moisture to get in there. So that's pretty much it, folks. I've broken down all the components for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I'll try to answer them the best I can. And remember, if funk can do, so can you. Peace, guys.